this pretty quickly. I know second and third period, I'm making a video because I forgot to give it back. We were doing so many other things, and we'll do all of that. Okay, so first things. Remember, this is multiple choice, so you want to go through things quickly, okay? If you look at number 1, what's the pH of a 2 molar solution of HA? Is HA strong or weak?
Strong. No, weak.
What's your clue that it's weak?
Because it has the A in it, it's not strong. It's a ha.
Nope, that's not why.
Because it's not.
Yes, it's because you were given a Ka, right? If it's a strong acid, there is no Ka, right? Okay? I mean, it's just strong, okay? And you would have to be told, okay? So if you have a Ka, you know it doesn't dissociate 100%, okay? Let me ask you this. The pH, all you have is an acid, okay? What one answer makes absolutely no sense? D, okay? When would you get an answer of 5.7? If you're doing the negative log of this, which is when pH equals pKa. Does that happen when you just have an acid? No, that happens when you have a buffer, right? An acid and its conjugate base. So it's not going to be this, okay? So how do you do this quickly? Basically, oops, I shouldn't have used that word. Okay, you're going to have x squared over 2 equaling Ka. Your Ka is 2 times 10 to the negative 6. Okay, that should have been the math that you were doing. Okay, so then that would have been x squared equals 4 times 10 to the negative 6, right? Okay, if we have x squared is 4 times 10 to the negative 6, oops, it's not showing up. Okay, if you have x squared is 4 times 10 to the negative 6, let me switch gears. Okay, so I can just write that. All right, so x squared is 4 times 10 to the negative 6. Then the square root is going to be 2 times 10 to the negative 3. Does everybody see that? I can actually, you can't see it because it's not very focused. There. Is that a little bit better? Christine, can you see that on the video?
Yes.
Okay. So, if it's 2 times 10 to the negative 3 without using your calculator anymore, and notice I haven't had to use a calculator yet, your pH is going to start with what? 2 something. You see why the answer for number 1, remember I had different answers, okay? We'll go back on the screen. The answer to number 1 was A, 2.7. Does everybody get that? Okay. The second one, you have a 2 molar solution of NaA. Uh-oh. That is a weak what? Base. This is, we don't care about the sodium, okay? Get that out of there, okay? So if we don't care about the sodium, then here, let's just turn that, let's just highlight that like black. Okay, good, we don't get that. Okay, so now we're just talking about A minus, okay? And A minus is going to react with water, form HA and hydroxide, all right? So this is a base. Guess what? Do you need to do any calculation? Nope, because this is the only one, right? Is that right? I don't know if that's right.
Whoa.
That's too basic.
And you have that on camera too.
I know, I have it on camera. Okay, so let's go through it real quick, okay?
Switch the pH to 7.
Huh? Okay, let's look. Okay, so here, remember the answers are different, okay? So what's going to happen here is you're going to have, we'll go back.
No, that's right.
It is right?
10.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're going to have x squared over 2 equals KB,
Which is 1.
right? And now I'm going to switch to the camera, okay? And KB, go ahead, Claire.
1 times 10 to the negative 14 over 2 times 10 to the negative 6.
Good. And so that ends up being 0.5, right? Or we can just do it in a calculator if we want to. 0.5 times 10 to the negative 8. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you go through, and what do you end up getting for your x value, Claire?
I got, my calculator is weird, so I don't get the right negative, I don't get the right power.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do through 2 divided by 10 to the negative 6, and then we're going to multiply that by 2, and then take the square root, and so I actually get an x value of 1 times 10 to the negative 4, and X is, in this case, it is OH. Let me go back to the reaction, okay? In this case, the X value is OH. So, if this is OH, then your POH is 4, and so your pH is 10. Make sense? And so going back to our first bit of logic, we were right, okay? If this is a basic salt, you need something over 7. So without doing any of that work, you could have picked choice D. If you understand the concepts enough, sometimes you can avoid a lot of math. All right, the last one, what do we have?
Weak acid.
Weak acid and a salt of its conjugate base. So what's very unique about this solution? I'm sorry? What do we call it? Starts with a B.
A buffer.
It's a buffer. Okay? And so if you have a buffer, you can use the equilibrium equation and do all this work. 2x over 2 equals Ka. Or you can switch to our fun formula, right?
Yeah.
And if these are exactly the same, that's going to cancel out. So pH equals pKa. Well, if our Ka is 10 to the negative 6, then our answer is going to be 5 something. And so that's why the answer is C. Make sense? All right.